Hey guys, Peter here to do my top 5 EPs of 2019. That's right, we're at that time of the year where everybody's putting their lists together, favorite albums, favorite singles, favorite album covers, favorite albums of the decade. All sorts of lists are popping up, including the ones that people are sending to Santa for their gifts. So I thought, why not put together my favorite 5 EPs of 2019? I felt that there was a lot of good material out there and perhaps gets pushed to the side by all the full-length releases. And I felt that it was important to shine some light into the EPs because there's so much quality there that I just feel like they deserve a little bit more of attention being given to them, and not just kind of push them to the side as a minor release, as a throw-in from some of the bands that decided to release EPs this year instead of full-length albums. So I felt, based on all of those conditions, that the EPs require their own list, their own top 5 list, if you will. So these are my favorites, but they may not be your favorites. So at the end of the video, go into the comment section and let me know what your 5 favorite EPs of 2019 are. Perhaps some will be the same as mine, perhaps some will be different, maybe some I haven't checked yet, and that will give me a reason to go in to look into something new. And maybe I will share something new with you that you haven't checked yet. So this is a quid pro quo, if you will. I'll give you something, you give me something. But for now, let's get started with the top 5. And at number 5, we have Running While Crossing the Blades. This is a very recent release, came out in November. It has 4 new songs. One of them is a Kiss cover of Strutter. I really like this EP for the simple fact that it has a lot of quality tracks that could have easily been part of a full-length record. To me, that shows you the quality on this release. And they have an album coming out in 2020 and beginning of the summer of 2020, and all of these tracks could have been in that album. They decided to release an EP to give something to the fans, to kind of give them something to enjoy during the holiday season, to get them motivated for the full-length release that's coming down the road. So I really like, from all those factors, I really like what they did with this EP. Everything about it, to me, worked. The sound, the feel, the lyrics, the vibe, and obviously the quality of the tracks themselves. Great release by Running Wild. Really a nice place setter for that full-length album that's coming down the road. Next, at number 4, we have Clemens Wijers' Parasite Twin. For those of you that don't know, Clemens plays keyboards for Karak Angren. That's perhaps what he's more famous for. But this year, he released a solo EP, Parasite Twin, that has 5 new songs, no fluff whatsoever, no covers, no instrumental tracks, no live versions of previously released songs, no covers of Karak Angren, nothing along those lines. These are 5 brand new tracks with a very different sound, very different from what you expect, or at least from what I expected going in, because knowing him and his work with Karak Angren, I was perhaps looking for something along those lines, and this was completely opposite from that. More electronic, more industrial sounding, but very good, very dark. It still has that storytelling aspect that you get from Karak Angren releases, but in a very different way, in a very different approach, and brought you in a very different package. Great release by Clemens. I really enjoyed Parasite Twin. At number 3, we have Delain, All Shall Burn. This is a band that I discovered through this release. This EP has 5 songs, 3 brand new songs. One of them is a Rammstein cover of Mein Herz brennt, and then there's 2 more symphonic versions of All Shall Burn, which is a song that's released on this EP, and Hell Moon, which is a song that was previously released. So I really like this release for many reasons. I like the quality of the music. I absolutely love the vocals. The cover is phenomenal. They really made it their own. They didn't stray too far apart from the original, but they still included enough pieces in there to make it their own song. Then you have the brand new tracks, the 2 new tracks, and then you have the symphonic versions. To me, those were absolutely magnificent. I wished more bands would release that kind of style track. Release the original tracks on the album, and then perhaps include a bonus CD or a bonus download of all those songs in a symphonic version, specifically if you're a symphonic metal band. I really feel like this would be such an added bonus to any given release, and those 2 songs absolutely blew me away. It was really a stripped down version of the originals, but it was such a magnificent work. It had such magnificent abilities within the song. It just really magnified the vocals and magnified the songs themselves, and it just made the whole release that much greater, in my opinion. Absolutely phenomenal EP. It allowed me to discover the band and then dig deeper into their repertoire, a band that in my opinion is very underrated and deserves a lot more attention. This EP is quality all the way through the 5 tracks. Next, at number 2, you have Delain, Hunter's Moon. This was one of the best EP releases of the year, without a shadow of a doubt. 4 new songs, 4 very different style songs, and the perfect appetizer for the new album that's coming out early in 2020. This EP just has everything that you could wish for. It also came with 10 additional live songs. So that in itself makes the EP even greater. So you get 4 new tracks on the EP, you get 10 live songs. What else can you ask for from Delain? What a way to not put a full-length record out, but still release something that feels like a full-length record, because you're almost releasing a live record at that point with 4 new studio songs. That's pretty much what you're putting together. So to me, this EP really took that style, that selling point of releasing an EP to a whole new level by including those 10 live songs. Absolutely phenomenal. Now, at number 1, this was not even close. At number 1, Ginger Micro. 5 new absolute bangers: Ape, Dreadful Moments, Teacher Teacher, Perennial, Micro. This was the EP of 2019 and really was the predecessor to Macro. This one really finishes off where Macro starts, and I think the connection between the EP and the full-length album is undeniable and really is what shines a huge light into Micro. Ginger was one of the outstanding bands of 2019, not only from what they released as far as material is concerned, but what they've done on the road with all the live shows, all the sold-out shows all over Europe, all over North America. Ginger is one of the hottest bands right now, and Micro was the microcosms of what was coming with Macro. I absolutely love this EP. Once again, here's an EP that has 5 new songs that could have easily been part of a full-length release, but they decided to release it as an EP so they could have material to hit the road and continue touring. Talk about a band that works harder than anybody out there in the business. Ginger is just phenomenal. Micro is just absolutely outstanding work. This is it. This is my top 5 of the year. Now let me know your top 5 in the comment section. I'll be checking those out because maybe there will be some new ones that I didn't listen to or I didn't know about that I will discover things to you. So don't forget, go to the comment section and let me know what your top 5 EPs of 2019 are. All right, guys, take care.